Fear our wrath.
I keep making God madder and madder.
Once upon a time, there was a purple dinosaur named Barney.
Almost done. Now I need Flanders' stupid picture of a stupid family.
He was loved by all the kids around him, and he gave out as much love as he received. Everyone was so happy with Barney's presence. However, nothing is perfect, and everyone has a few secrets that they do not want to reveal, as does Barney. For Barney's life is not as it seems. You see, deep in the forests of Canasilvia lies the origins of Barney's troubled past. Filled with a fog that seems to consume all it touches, a sea of ash surrounds the entire forest. In here, Barney's Chunibyo alter ego, Barnas, reigns supreme as the #1 Reaper cosplayer. Holding powers of the imagination within his left hand, he attacks and kidnaps naughty kids and brainwashes them so that they too will cosplay with him, much to the horror of their parents. But fear not, for evil can only prevail when good men and women do nothing, and a call for adventurers to save these kids was made. Among them, one superior adventurer stands out from the rest, for he has huge muscles, dashing looks, and a smile that is worth millions. Okay, I think that was enough for a silly intro. Anyway, this is Ash Forest, home of Barney's Chunibyo self, Barnas. This 300 AP spot offers you not much at the moment. The trash loot here is few, and there are very little campers to go around. In fact, there are no dailies here either, and our here with a level 1 loot scroll gets you even lesser money than Polly's Forest. And that's a 170 AP spot, by the way. Normally, there really is no point in grinding here, unless you are seeking the Deboreka necklace. Aha! Then there is really no choice for you but to grind here, since, you know, the CM usually doesn't have stock. Anyway, this sword in 2022 hasn't changed much at all, much to the despair of us adventurers. It still requires decent gear to not get farmed by the mobs, but the recent class buffs and the introduction of artifacts and Lightstone's power creep has made it somewhat easier and more accessible than before. And there is still just the 2 rotations, one at the node manager, and another secondary rotation up these flights of stairs here. They respawn fairly fast, so both are kinda okay, but most people should grind the main rotation. Here are some gear recommendations for those of you looking to try out this spot. If you are DR, I suggest coming here with C13 armors and a dual FGA at the minimum, potentially with DR Lightstones for added protection. For evasion players, C9 with dual FGA is recommended, and actually evasion players have a much easier time here than DR, as you can evade most of the mob's attacks. If you want to feel more tanky, you can throw in some monster DR artifacts as well. AP wise, 289 is a good start, but of course the more the merrier. Fallen Lightstones are a good option here for added damage. You will want 100% knockdown resistance potentially, and this is especially so for DR players as you get hit all the time. So if you get CC'd, then you're dead. I've left an affordable gear and crystal build in the description you can take a look at if you're interested. Namely, it's the usual adamantines with 4x hooms and either calcs or the warrior bloodline Lightstone combo to raise that knockdown resistance above 100%. Onto elixirs and buffs, I recommend you getting church buffs at the very least before starting your grind as an added safety net. Elixirs wise, here are a list of elixirs that has been recommended for Ash Forest. Honestly, in my opinion, if you are close to C20, then you pretty much don't need an elixir rotation. But of course, they provide some added safety, so I think you have to decide if you want to make that investment. Going into the spot proper, the first thing you want to do is to look for the Chuny Barneys, aka the evil ego Barnas, and aggro them. Then aggro a nearby floating seed, if there are any. For these seeds will spawn the Chunibyo, the little kids Barney has kidnapped, which gets you a little bit more TL. And then after that, focus on evil Barney first, as given enough time, he will apply slow debuffs to you amongst other things, which will make things rather annoying to deal with later on. I mean, you don't want your grind to be like you're in PvP, right? Anyway, it is important that you pay attention to the Scythe cosplayers as well, as these guys have the potential to do quite a bit of damage to those of you with a lower DP. If you see the Scythe rising, it is a good idea to start dodging to avoid that attack. They also like to rape behind you as part of their cosplaying kit, so do watch out accordingly and avoid as necessary. Or, you know, just build C20 evasion and not give a damn. And also, do not forget about the small dudes. If anything, these kidnap kids do more damage to you than Barney and his Scythe boys combined. If you see them crowding up around you, it is probably a good idea to displace and shift around, otherwise you will take some pretty chunky damage. And that's about it. There really isn't much to this spot other than the preparations you will potentially need to make. I recommend just level 1 Elixirs here, as the TL isn't quite what you would call worth in this day and age. The spot is fairly okay once you get past the opening few hours and get used to the animations. Caphras are few here, though you do get quite consistent black leaves, so if you want to get the Larosaka helmets, aka the left lung, then this is a good spot. Deboreka drops come in both Spectre's Gaze and straight drops, though the latter is quite rare. To make a Debo from Spectre's Gaze, simply do the following. And voila, there is your Debo. Well, that's it for Ash Forest, home of Barney's secret ambitions and Chunibyo past. If you enjoyed the video, please do consider dropping a like or a sub to spread the Barney fandom. With that, take care and goodbye.
Red flag taken. Red flag returned. There could be dozens down there. Red flag taken. Red flag returned.
Taking damage.
Blue flag taken.
If you're so smart, how come I broke you?